Welcome to Murphy, Sam, and Jodi after the show.
All right, we had a lot of fun today, and we goofed off a lot, but I do want to bring up something delicate
For
Sam.
I'm out.
Great.
See ya.
Okay, this is something I've been wanting to talk to you about, actually, and I think the podcast is the perfect place
Who
for
did
it.
I offend?
No one.
Oh.
This is for you. This is not about you. It's for you, for your soul and your heart. Okay, so every time you've brought up Maddie recently, your daughter,
Yeah.
your only girl, you got all boys and one princess, Maddie.
Yeah, and she was my last one too, because Parker was born 2 minutes before her.
Oh, yeah?
Which he
So she's your baby.
He likes to constantly remind her.
Right.
Oh,
In
nice.
fact, this weekend they were arguing about something, and he goes, "Look, I've known Mom 2 minutes longer than you."
Wow, whatever
I
weapon.
was like, "That was pretty good,
That
Parker."
is funny. I like that.
14-year-old, that was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Whatever weapon he can. Okay, don't change the subject though. Over the last couple of years, since she's been in full teenagerdom, is that a
Yeah.
thing? Since she's been in full teenager mode, there have been many times, and it's sad to me that we're in this room when it happens, and it's like you'll get a message on your phone from Maddie, and it'll be like on a Wednesday or Thursday, and it's that she's wanting to change plans, like it's your weekend coming up to have the
Oh,
kids,
yeah,
and
yeah.
she's like, "There's a party I want to go to," or
Yeah.
my friend, that does happen,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm 99.9% sure it happens to all single parents, who are juggling, the schedule, right?
Yeah.
And you usually seem a little crestfallen about it.
Yeah.
Just, it's my weekend. You're so, you're hurt a little bit.
It's the first thing is the anger or the disappointment.
Yes.
But then it's like, okay, you got to get over it and be a parent and go, well, she's a teenager. You knew this was going to happen.
Right.
You have 4 boys who don't care anything about socializing.
Yeah.
You got a daughter who wants to hang out with friends. I'm not going to be the dad that
makes her
when she's 30 years old going, yeah, well, my dad made me come up every weekend.
Right. It's a very delicate thing, and I know a little bit about it in that I was a daddy's girl, such a daddy's girl, and I hurt his feelings too. It's part of it. And I regret it, of course. I was 14 or 15, and we had been given an assignment in school to write about somebody we admire. And I was mad at him that day for something stupid, for something teenager-ish. So I wrote it about my Uncle Terry instead.
Wow.
And then, oh no, it gets worse. This story gets worse. An open house came.
Oh, and there was the letter.
And there was the thing. And my dad came home
Wow.
completely broken about it. Now, I was like, what's wrong with Dad? And my mom said, well, apparently there was some sort of paper written about Uncle Terry and not him. And as soon as I heard that, I was devastated and mad at the teacher. Like, first of all, why would the teacher do that? But I wasn't the teacher. And so it was the first time that I'd heard him that I was aware of. I'm sure I hurt him in other ways. I mean, it's just part of the relationship.
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying, she doesn't mean to. She's just being herself. She's a teenage girl, and it's a turbulent time. Being a teenage girl is a very difficult time where if she does have that social life and that takes precedent. It just does right now.
Also,
she doesn't
too,
mean to hurt you is what I want to say.
She's not doing it to hurt me.
Right.
Also, what you don't know about Maddie, too, is Maddie is a wallflower. Maddie does not put herself out there for people. She doesn't volunteer to speak or do anything. And
Okay.
in fact, it all scares her. So when she says she wants to stay and hang out at a party or go with, it's like, well,
Good.
you're doing something, so
That's
do
good.
it. And this isn't a justification, but it's been so many years because of divorces and always having kids every other weekend.
Yeah.
I've adjusted to it.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not saying I don't love them as much. It's just I've adjusted to it. So this is just another little notch that's like, I can deal with it.
Yeah.
It's not
part
like
of it.
it's the first time it's ever happened and, oh, my God, what do I do? How do I react?
Yeah.
I've done this so many times. It's like, yeah, okay, gotcha.
It means so much to you. I've not been in that spot. We are lucky. Murphy and I are lucky. We have our kids all the time. So I can't say that I know how it feels. I do not know how it feels. I can only imagine that when you've got this schedule laid out and you look forward to it and you want to feel like you're doing.
Yeah, and you know how
it's disappointing.
I am. It's like when you got the plan.
Yeah,
you're screwing up.
You don't
the
budge.
plan.
You don't budge well.
You know, like the other day at Taylor's party, like I told you, the plan was drop Jackson and his girlfriend at dinner, kill a little time, go to the party, wait for them, come back and pick them up. It was
you
like
need
boom,
it to
boom,
go like
boom,
that.
boom. And the whole time in my head, I'm going, it's not going to work this way. Something's going to come up, but it all worked out. And so when the plan works out, me being the person I am, I'm totally happy.
Good.
But I mean,
I just wanted to bring it up to you. I think, and that's probably the same thing is going on with moms and sons. I just don't know it.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact that also as adults, we have to remember that they're teenagers.
Yeah.
We have to be the adult in the situation and say, this hurts me, but they're a teenager. One day they will rise to adulthood and this dynamic will not be there anymore.
And
It'll be different.
I do bring it to her attention, not to rub it in her face, but it's like when she does it, it's like, I'm not going to see you for another month or, however long it is. And it's like, you really have to, I mean, we go through it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, we've done everything we can. Go ahead and do what you got to do.
She may be a little bit at war with herself about it. It's probably not easy for her to ask you.
I can hear it.
She knows that how important she is to you. I know that she knows how loved she is. Mm-hmm. But her social life is everything. As a teenager, it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's different with the back and forth, but if you were under the same roof full time, you would make the same decision. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly that. The way that you parent is consistent, whether you have your kids full time or not, which is pretty cool. And I mean, and it's good that the two of you talk through and work through it too, and I have that understanding.
It's a lot easier now too with her being almost 15, as opposed to when she's 7 and I want to go to my friend's party, and you're like, I can't have an adult conversation with you.
Yeah.
Fine, go. You know what we're having this weekend? Quesadillas, but you won't have any.
Anyway, do you feel a little bit better just knowing that it's just part of it?
I mean, I appreciate the talk, but it's already resolved in me.
Good
to understand this. Now, when you were talking about your dad, I got to throw this in. It did bring up a story from, and I don't remember. I think this was something Will did.
Yeah.
My second oldest. Some conversation at one point, and they were like, "Yeah, who's the funniest dad in the neighborhood?"
Oh no.
And you're sitting there hearing the conversation going on, and you're like,
that's you.
This one wrapped up.
Yeah.
And
put a bow on this one. Oh, yeah, Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed is the funniest guy in the neighborhood. And they all start chiming in.
Oh,
and
no.
You're like, what?
I'm so sorry.
Dad, not the funniest? And, I couldn't let it go. And then, see, this is the thing, too. This is the relationship I have with them. I can start like, Mr. Ed, huh? There's nobody funnier than Mr. Ed. Oh, no, besides you. We mean besides you. And I was like, too late now.
Yeah. Look, you don't get out of parenthood without a little scarring.
At least I didn't have a letter up in the classroom that said.
Yeah. I'll forever be scarred about that. And the good news is my dad knew I was a child.
Yeah.
He was hurt, but I to me, at least he knew I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'll never know. I never had the conversation with him about it. But
And you do realize the teacher couldn't have known. She just asked that the exercise was right, about somebody who.
I know.
Yeah. By the way, I am funnier than Mr. Ed.
I believe it, Sam.
Yeah, now I've not met Mr. Ed yet, but
he's not
We'd
funny.
give him a chance, but